sees you and he shows interest in you, despite the fact that the team that he was coaching at the time beat your team by 50 points. And then things move on for you. You move from Zwide to Grey Junior, where there's a complete shift in culture. All of a sudden, meals are being catered for, school uniform is sorted, and English is being spoken more frequently. Tell us more about that part of your life.
Thank you for having me today. It was really awesome that Coach Eriksson could see like something special in me after losing like that. And yeah, obviously he drove the opportunity for me. He was able to drive me to the opportunity to go to Grey and get the bursary. And yeah, it was obviously a culture shock, a huge culture shock to go to Grey and learn how to speak English from scratch. You know, they taught me how to speak English like a grade 1 or a kid that speak English for the first time. You know, we had to stop doing Afrikaans, stop going to Afrikaans lessons, and every time it was an Afrikaans lesson, we went to go learn how to speak English. But yeah, obviously all the stuff that came with it, you know, getting the meals every day and just able to have shoes, have your own bed and, you know, toothbrush and all the small stuff, you know, it meant so much, you know, but at the same time, it was hard for me to know that I've left so many people behind. It's only 15 minutes away. And to know that there are some guys who are even better than me, but will never get this opportunity.
And I guess that's why you've never taken that opportunity for granted and you've taken it for everything that it's worth.
No, 100%. And I put that kind of pressure on myself that I had to make it, not just for me, for those around me as well. And that's why I think I've not given up when it got tough, but also the fact that I knew it was a drive that I needed to be able to do the work that we wanted to do, myself and my wife, Rachel, in the community. And I think that we want to make sure that the next kids don't go through what I had to go through, the same struggles that I had to go through. So that's why the foundation started, to make sure that we try and create fair opportunities for everyone. But obviously it's going to take much longer to try and get that right.
Certainly. Okay, so then we get to a point in your career where you then played for the Grey's first team, which leads you to get signed by the Western Province. You leave home to go live in the Western Province. Obviously, there are challenges that players of colours face that are unique to them, whether it be a lack of opportunities on the field of play, whether it be the playing environment itself, or just even just language restrictions and limitations. Talk us through some of the challenges that you faced.
For me, when I was 19, I didn't experience that. I played from the beginning because we all got, I would say, I thought it was a fair opportunity when we were 19 years old. Our team was really good, and I thought we were treated well there at the Western Province Rugby Institute. You know, we had Skara played there, Nizamka played there. There was a few of us that Siso Maseko that played in the team. So it was just whoever was good enough, I believe, in that year was getting the opportunity, and we played. And just the tough part is just adapting, you know, and the environment I wasn't used to bringing. I stayed in Stellenbosch, but it was really amazing. It was amazing, and I got exposed to quite a lot. But I really enjoyed my time in Stellenbosch. I had so much fun with the guys, especially a lot of the guys that I'm playing with now are the guys that were with me then, Ian Elizabeth, Franz Malebe, you know, and Stephen Kitov. He was just a year behind us, and Skara was still there now. So most of us we're still friends now, you know. So we kind of form a friendship since we were young, and we're still mates even now. And it's nice to share and play for South Africa with them.
Certainly. Let's now move into your Springbok journey. Now, we know that you were part of Coach Hanneke Meyer's team 2012-2013. I want you to tell us there maybe what are some of the challenges you faced during his tenure, because we know that you had limited game time. And at the same time, also talk us through your coaches, Alistair Coetzee and Rassie Erasmus, and what the big differences were between these two coaches, other than the fact that the one made you captain at the Springboks, whilst the other was only at the Stormers.
No, I mean, I faced the challenges that every single player faces, you know. I played, I got my opportunity. I was so happy. we can never criticize a coach or say anything about a coach, because the coach has to make decisions at the end of the day. And same as any person, you can't. People can't make. They won't make you happy with every decision. Every coach that I've been part of has played a role in my life. Coach Haneke gave me my first opportunity to become a Springboks, and Coach Alistair, he gave me my first start as a Springbok, and he looked after me at the Stormers too. He was, he kind of guided me and looked after me, because I was very naughty in those days, and he kind of gave me that helping hand. He always pushed me in place. And Coach Rassi, who gave me my first contract from the Stormers as well. So they all played a part in where I am today, and obviously Coach Rassi giving me captaincy, giving me my first contract ever in professional rugby. So they've all played a huge role in my life. And whatever challenges I face, and when I'm not the only one that goes through challenges, each and every single player faces challenges, and you can never talk badly of a coach, and you can never always agree with the coach. It's just the way it is. The coach has to make a decision that he thinks is the best for the team, and that's all. That's as far as I can go. But each of them played a part in the player that I am today and where I am today.
That is absolutely beautiful. Let's now take it back to Gqeberha. Once upon a time, there's a young boy who gets an autograph from Skalkberger. A couple of years down the line, he's playing in the very same team as Skalkberger. Talk us through the importance of dreaming and allowing that dream to be the shining light in your path as you navigate life. This is for the youngsters and even the older people.
So that moment, I honestly, I never really dreamt of becoming a Springbok at that age. I didn't know I would be good enough or be capable. But when I saw the Springboks come through, I remember we were at lines just before school. We were standing in lines so we could go inside the school for assembly. We were standing in hostel line. And I saw them come out, and then I saw Skalkberger, and I freaked out, and I didn't know, what to do. And then they came, kind of asked for signatures, and how big he was, it's just crazy, and how much hair he had in his hair, and and then growing later, and then when I was the older I got, the more I started saying, you know what, I can work hard enough and try and get an opportunity to play for South Africa. And then when I got the opportunity to go to Western Province and then start training there in the institute, and then got invited to go train with them at the Stormers. Oh my, it was just next level. Franchalo, I think Dwayne was there, Jean de Villiers, Andres Becker. I remember Franchalo tackled me off the field, and then which was pretty painful as a 19-year-old. And then I got to play with Skalk, and I'll never forget the first time when I was playing Currie Cup and he came off the bench, and I've never heard Newlands scream so loud in my life before. And I kind of stopped playing, and I was just in awe of him. And I remember he came on and he tackled he broke someone's finger in the first tackle. And I just one of those things you don't think about. And I didn't know that picture was there. That picture only came out when we started playing together and we became a Springbok. So, and it also just proves to, that, people's dreams are valid, and opportunity sometimes is all that people need. And that's why, we're here to have this platform to try and create those opportunities where we can, and trying to be a voice for those who don't have a voice. Because I've been there, I know how it feels, and I know how much talent we have in the township, and in the communities, disadvantaged communities. And I'm hoping that with the platform that I have, I use not just for Mna, because baninzi kakhulu abantwana abanayo talent more than Mna, actually. So I'm really looking forward to working as hard as I can to try and create these kind of opportunities for people.
Siya, as I wrap up with you quickly, we know that your mother had you at a young age. Let's talk about the women in your life who have been your anchors, from your late grandmother and, of course, to your wife now, Rachel. What words do you want to say to these women who have been in your corner through and through?
All I can say is thank you. Yeah, thank you. To my grandmother, my aunt, my mom, and obviously my wife now. And I've got other women who've played a huge part in my life as well, who are still here. But, those that have gone, passed away, it's hard because, I wish they were here and they were to see the person I am, especially my mother, with my brother and sister who stays with me, you know. And I'm hoping that I'm obviously making them proud and I'm setting a good example. And the fact that like my wife was able to encourage me and always be by my side and support me, you know, and just be that a strong cornerstone in my life that's just always there to motivate me, especially the times that I'm doubting myself more than anything else, where I'm listening to outside voices telling me I'm not good enough. And she's just always there. And she's always ready to like get into battle for me, you know, and I'm so grateful for her and who she is to my kids as well and my siblings as well, how she looks after all of us. And she kind of allows me to do, not allow me, like I'm able to live my dream, you know, and know that my kids and my siblings are well looked after because she is there. And she also supports me in the fight that I do for gender-based violence, you know, with the book that came out now. We actually giving 50% of the proceeds from my side to the gender-based violent fight with the Kolisi Foundation. And yeah, because the book that we wrote now is not just about me, it's not just my story, it's a story of many people. And I share some of my family members'
unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut you there. I know that when you start speaking about Rachel, sizobala ilanga lonke. But Wami, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Bye.
That is, of course, the Springbok Captain Siya Kolisi just telling us about his life journey, and that book is, of course, available. It is called Rise. Time now for an ad break. Morning Live continues shortly thereafter.